footage just into third phase moon pyramids, roads, right off Iceland. Google Maps, again, reveals incredible imagery. What's going on here, Brent? We're gonna get a close look. Grid patterns. Wow, what's going on here? New footage into third phase of moon. Mike Jasper, is that his name, Blake?
Yeah.
Jasper's really representing here. He's doing his homework. I suggest, check his channel out. He's a Google master. This guy's giving coordinates. Are you kidding me, Blake? Nazca lines. Take a look at these. We'll just roll this a little bit. Let people decide for themselves what they're looking at. Wow. What's the pattern all about here? Let's zoom things back. Get another look at what's going down just in the neighborhood. Road formations, landing pads. Remember, this is underneath the water. Brent? Crossroads intersections. This is something complex. We're taking a look. This is ancient history in the making as we're looking at Google Maps underneath the surface of Iceland. And now we're moving into a new location. Check out these grid patterns, Blake. It seems like it's hiding something underneath the surface, almost supporting it, support structures. Now we're coming into the mega monolith structure within a city. A monolith reaching into the sky that's now underneath the water. What are we looking at here, Blake? Smooth structure, surface. Incredible imagery. More pyramidal shapes taking form within the general area off Iceland. I want to go back and look at this a little closer. What we're going to do is play it in its entirety for everybody else to take a look. Leave your comments below and what you think's going on off the Icelandic coast. Blake Cousins, we'll see everybody. Third phase of moon back live on air with Dr. J, Andy Elias, going over 5 videos just within 24 hours to third phase of moon. We're going to go over them right now. Let's go to Chile. Nicholas captured this while he's running up the stairs on the second floor of this bright orb over the mountains over Chile. We got Dr. J, Andy Elias, right now viewing this footage. Welcome to the show, Dr. J.
Thanks, Blake.
Hey, take a look at that. Did you see the orb just disappear right behind this skyline?
Absolutely, I did. And this is the part that I love so much about this video, and of course a lot of other videos, is these things seem to be attracted to natural forms. Water, tornadoes, hurricanes they're observing, volcanoes they're always coming out of. So what is it about natural resources that these objects are into? And that's what I love about it.
Well, we're looking at the second video that was submitted maybe about, 4 months ago, Brent? We got Brent Cousins here, right here. Bella Bunny submitted this video, an exclusive to the internet around the world right here, of a strange object in the sky. She was there with her daughter when she shot this 15-minute video. We posted it up on third phase of moon. This thing lands in her backyard, but it looks, the reason why we're bringing up this video, it looks very similar to Nicholas' video in Chile. What are these orbs over the skies around the world?
Exactly, and I'm glad you referenced the fact that it looks like Nicholas's video because it does. And let me also say one more thing. The fact that this was taken in Phoenix, looking at it, when you see it zoomed up and you see that it's actual multiple orbs, remember the Phoenix lights in 97 were orbs prior to that giant V-shaped craft. So again, are these living organic things that are in the sky, or are they little smaller machines? I don't know, but whatever it is, why are there so many of them popping up out of the skies now? It seems that we are on the cusp of something big.
I'm looking at this video again. It's been a while since I've seen this video from Arizona, but now we're back to Chile. We're going to look at this a little bit closer. We'll slow things down and think to ourselves as analysts. Let's say, Dr. J, some people say we don't do enough study here, but I'm looking at this bright orb in the sky. What is it? I don't know what it is. Is it a drone?
See, that's the best part about third phase of the moon, putting things out for the world to see. We speculate, and you're doing your job by slowing it down, and it's amazing. But I don't want to say it's a drone because it's daylight, and yet this thing looks like it's being lit from the inside. It's emanating a light, not like a plane where it has blinking lights somewhere on the wings or on the tail, or a helicopter, but it looks like the actual whole thing itself is glowing. That's why I think it's fascinating.
It was pretty cool. His description says that he had to run up 2 flights of stairs just to get to the second floor to capture this. But now, let's get to this Machu Picchu footage. I always love Machu Picchu and what's going on down over there. It's absolutely amazing, incredible footage. But somebody submitted this video. I think his name is Billy B.
Billy B, Machu Picchu in Peru. Obviously a very tall mountain, and a city to be built on top of the mountain is really not something that most people would do. But this has an ancient link, and that's the best part about it. And a lot of mummies were found up there, and a lot of beings or in Peru were found in museums, mummies of giant heads, these skulls that are elongated, not bound, but genuinely elongated. And the fact that this dome-shaped object, at least that's what it looks like, is observing these people of this ancient city, again begs the question, are these things coming back? Are these ancient astronauts coming back to look at what they created or helped create hundreds or thousands of years ago? That's what I think is really fantastic about the fact that they're at Machu Picchu.
Absolutely. What we want to do here at Third Phase of the Moon is analyze footage and see what things are. And some people might say that this is a bird, but when we zoom things up and slow things down, this is when it gets kind of crazy. Take a look at this right here in absolutely slow motion, frame by frame. If this is a bird, it blinks out of existence in the next frame right here.
Well, 2 things I gotta say. First of all, a bird is not that big. I don't care what kind of bird you're talking about. There is no way, when you look at the features around there, that could be a bird. If you want to say it's something else, okay, I'll go with it. But look at the speed from frame to frame, and just like you pointed out, it blinks out. It doesn't go from 0 to 10,000 in a direction where you're able to catch it. It literally blinks out. Now, if it's a bird or a plane or a drone or an airplane, whatever it is, those don't blink out. Those don't just disappear and cloak themselves into something, unless we're looking at some DARPA craft. But again, this is acting in ways that is totally opposite of what our known laws of physics are.
Absolutely. That's what me and Brett thought when we first analyzed this video. We were kind of shocked and taken back when you look at it frame by frame, and 29.7 frames a second HD. There's going to be an image right after that. And there was, but the craft or whatever it was wasn't there. Now we're going to go back to this video that was submitted approximately 6 months ago to Third Phase of the Moon from the exact same location, Machu Picchu. And this is quite incredible that there's so many UFO sightings at the location. A little girl notices some kind of cigar-shaped object.
Now, is it a cigar-shaped object, or is it a giant rod? Because if you recall the rod that you filmed, and of course Jose Escamilla made an entire movie about it, and this thing is traveling so slowly, it obviously can't be really anything conventional. You don't see any moving parts on it, but yet when you look at the rod footage that you filmed, and of course the other famous rod videos, you see these little, what appear to be sort of flaps on the side that are sort of rolling. And I kind of see that a little bit here too. So whether it's a smaller cigar-shaped object, meaning smaller, under 10 feet as opposed to 100 feet or 1,000 feet, or a super giant living rod, I don't know. But whatever it is, the fact that it's back at Machu Picchu is A, fascinating, and what it is also B, secondarily, equally fascinating, if not more.
The archive that comes into Third Phase of the Moon, it's really nice to reference what's been through the historic archives coming through over the past few years. It makes for an amazing discovery again. So within 2 days, South America has been blowing up. Now, I think 3 videos right now, a third one from South America. Brazil. Fernando Polino submits this, a few photos. He claims his son, or he says his son, pointed to the sky, and they saw this floating orb. Wow. Dr. J?
That's what I like about it. See, it looks like it's 4 orbs. That's what I fascinating, and they're small. And again, this begs the question of earlier: are these things actual organic things, or are they small machines? But remember, of other videos that have been submitted over the years to Third Phase of the Moon, a lot of these orbs seem to have minds of their own. They've been going through houses. A lot of abductees say before things appear in the room, they'll see a giant ball of light coming in there and it turns to something. So when I see this video, I'm wondering, is it a mechanical craft, or is it a spirit of an orb that's something that's organic, or something that's crossing into dimensions and we're only seeing part of it? Well, whatever it is, it's 4 of them in a very anomalous way, and they're obviously, because it's still, we can't see the way they're traveling. But this is not something you're going to find when you look anywhere else in the world during the day. You know, you're not going to look up in the sky and see this on a regular day as like you would see a plane or an airplane or a bird or anything along the lines of that. That's why this is really amazing. And again, South America, what is going on?
Well, this angelic plasma display of an orb. We get a lot of orbs right here at Third Phase Moon videos that are submitted, photographs, but again, this is something extraordinary in the description behind it from Fernando and his son, that they said they actually were able to see and point at this object as it moves from left to right, and then the significance behind the statue of this monument, Jesus Christ. And this goes down. It's quite incredible.
It truly is. It truly is, because that is one of the most famous sites in all of Brazil. As a matter of fact, every major motion picture that shows Brazil and Rio de Janeiro, that's the first shot they show, is that giant statue of Jesus with his arms out. And to see these 4 orbs, glowing orbs, I mean, it's so fascinating. Again, if it was one, you could make some sort of argument that it's a blurred bird or something out, but 4 of them in this formation, that's when you have to beg the question of what else could it be?
And almost trying to reveal themselves to the public. One of the most photographed areas in the world, the Jesus Christ statue, up on the mountain, high rise over Rio de Janeiro. And then you have this. We're hoping that maybe other people captured the same thing. We're standing by right here at Third Phase of the Moon. Hopefully, maybe some more evidence comes in, more videos to back this up. Now let's get to this next video that blew things up right here at Third Phase of the Moon. It was quite, earth-shattering in its own sense. And it was right off a southern island over there in Japan. Kuchino, Irabujima. Some anomaly was captured. Dr. J, people say this is a bird or some kind of drone. What's your thoughts?
Let me
say
why it's not. Let me tell you why it's not. Okay, maybe a drone, possibly, but why? I'll tell you it's not a bird. You see the massive size of this mountain. You see the massive explosion. You see the smoke and the way it's forming. When you look at this object, first of all, comparing it to what's known as sizes around it, obviously, it can't be a bird because of the size. Now, the second thing I got to say is why I got to dispel the fact that it's a drone is the speed of it. Now, yes, there are super fast drones that can travel that fast, so it could be, but remember, we just said this in the beginning of this talk. These objects seem to be really interested in nature here on Earth. There are so many videos of them observing volcanic eruptions, going into volcanoes, coming out of volcanoes, going into the ocean, out of the ocean. Why does this happen to be here the moment it explodes? It doesn't appear after it explodes. It appears as it's literally exploding and travels right into the smoke or right in front of it and goes out of it. And I think in some strange sort of way, this thing sort of came down to observe the volcanic eruption, because it's almost as if, they were able to know that, hey, in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it be, that thing is going to erupt. Let's go see it. Maybe because they have some better thermal imaging of what's going on in the core, or things coming up to the surface. I don't know. I can't explain. That's pure speculation. But what is not speculation is this metallic object that is traveling from left to right while this volcano is erupting.
It is unidentified, and that's why we posted it up on Third Phase Moon from a viewer from Japan that just gave us a heads up, and all happening within just a few days right here at Third Phase of Moon. One of my opinions on what's going on in this video right here off a southern island in Japan is that, hey, you never know. Maybe it's harnessing the energy coming off this massive explosion. You know that people are saying out there that there are hurricanes and tornadoes that UFOs possibly harness this. Why not a massive volcano, a volcanic explosion? You never know. But that's
everything. Actually, everything. I'm glad you mentioned tornadoes, hurricanes, because they do. A lot of people talk about the fact they do use the energy from Earth's resources. And another thing, a lot of these objects are filmed hovering near electronic transformer boxes and other things, almost as if they're recharging themselves from these transformers and other things. So I would not be surprised with the power on Earth, with all the resources from hurricanes, tornadoes, volcanoes, as we're seeing right here. Is this taking its power, or is it observing? But again, why are they so interested in it? Because there seems to be more activity with these objects, with volcanoes and other natural disasters, than anything else, rather than just seeing a regular day of nothing going on, of capturing an unidentified flying object. You're almost guaranteed to see one when you see a volcano. If you got a good camera and you're watching it and something's going to erupt, you have a very good chance of capturing it, because I've seen a lot of videos, as you have, that have been submitted to Third Phase of the Moon, that have been submitted to volcanic eruptions being observed.
It's happening all the time. Yeah, over and over. The volcano Colima, obviously more incredible photographic evidence continuously coming in. But what I really appreciate is the world right now. I think right now Third Phase of the Moon is, I'd have to say, the most overwhelmed channel in regards to UFOs that people want to submit every day, and we want to thank everybody out there that does it, because we're following up on everybody's single submission. You might not see it on Third Phase of the Moon, but we're seeing it, and we analyze it, and if it's good enough, we're going to share it on Third Phase of the Moon. You're seeing some of it right here just in the past couple days. Subscribe, everybody, not to miss out on what comes.
Welcome back, Third Phase of the Moon. Blake Cousins here. We're going over incredible footage shot by Manuel Wolf of Germany of 3 incredibly bright UFOs. Take a look. This video, June 1st, 2015, and we at Third Phase of the Moon have received massive reports from the area in Germany of strange lights in the sky. Some people say it's military, other people are saying it could be possibly alien contact. We want to thank Manuel Wolf for sharing his video to us right here at Third Phase of the Moon, and we get to share it with the world. Quite incredible. Everybody, keep your eyes on the skies. We're not alone. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button for more updates from UFOs from around the world. Blake Cousins, keep your eyes on the skies. We'll see everybody again next time. Footage from the ISS submitted by who knows. This is a GoPro shot that we're looking at. Free flowing video shot by an unknown astronaut. Who knows what's going on? We got Johnny Webb and Danny right here at Third Phase of Moon. Johnny's all the way in the UK, who submitted this footage from a unknown source, but we're going to share it right now to Third Phase of Moon. Johnny Webb, we're going to be looking at footage of what looks to be like a UFO shot while a selfie's going on. We got Johnny Webb and Danny. Thanks for joining us right here at Third Phase of Moon.
Hey Blake, nice to meet you. Brett, good to meet you again, sir. As you can see, very interesting bit of footage there. Space shuttle. Sorry, not space shuttle, but the ISS. Got some outside workers there. Looks like they're on the Canadian arm. But as you see, very clearly is a bright light behind them. And no matter what angle they move that camera, even on his selfie pose there, he's still showing that bright light, which in UFO terms, it could be called a beam ship. You know, at the moment we can't see it in the sense of it being zoomed in like I'm sure you guys will be able to do with your equipment. But from what I see now, it's bright, it's definitely there. It's not a speck, it's not a piece of dust. It's certainly not some kind of anomaly on the film. It's a real solid piece of light that's out in the middle of that pitch black. So I think it's real, you know. It looks real, the ISS machinery looks real. What do you guys think?
Well, you know, it's quite interesting. It is this HD footage shot on a GoPro, which is quite incredible in itself. But what's getting me is, besides this UFO or anomaly, we're zooming in on it and we're going to enhance the footage, is this patch on the astronaut's right arm. To Third Phase Moon, Blake Cousins here. Incredible report coming in today right here on Third Phase of Moon. Jim Martin from the infamous fan club on YouTube shares over 18 UFO videos that he captures with his full spectrum Canon telephoto lens. Also in the special report documented by Jim Martin, more UFOs that he's captured for over a year on his balcony in Newport Beach, California. Infrared video. Let's get to this incredible documentary right now.
A mysterious world of UFOs and unknown anomalies lie just outside our visible spectrum. Invisible to the naked eye, these entities reside in the infrared and ultraviolet ranges of light. Utilizing all spectrum cameras, we're able to get a glimpse into this hidden dimension. UFOs traverse our skies every day, and most people will never notice. Through advancements in infrared recording equipment, we're finally able to get a closer look at these incredible objects. Over the past year, I've been steadily recording UFOs using Gen 3 night vision technology. The scope illuminates the night sky and allows me to record anomalies like this orb falling vertically into my backyard, and this plasma UFO sending out a light pulse. Having nighttime covered, the next step was to update my cameras to record in infrared during the daytime, so I could better document the spheres with more clarity. I watched inspiring captures, like this one from 0 Point UFO, recorded in infrared during the daylight, and the persistent captures of UFO Lou, shot right outside of his house in Melbourne. I decided it was time to finally make the jump and upgrade my camera systems to record in infrared and all spectrums of light. I reached out to Spencer's Camera, the industry leader in camera conversions, with the goal of updating my system to record in infrared. Spence took my Canon 70D and modified it to be a full spectrum camera. Full spectrum allows me to photograph and record in all different ranges of light by utilizing different filters on the lens. Most importantly, infrared and ultraviolet. Maintaining the quality and resolution of the Canon telephoto systems was crucial. The same resolution can be achieved with infrared once the camera is modified. Our eyes can only see a small fraction of the light spectrum. This is known as visible light. It's outside of this range of light, in the infrared, where many of these anomalies reside. Once you put on the filter and look through the lens, the hidden world starts to emerge. I spotted this orb at close range, filming from my balcony. It's an illuminated sphere with an almost diamond-like structure. Here's a pair of orbs flying at high speeds over Newport Beach. Next is a flashing plasma UFO filmed over the San Gabriel Mountains. You can see the craft has a black mass. This UFO was filmed on Christmas Day. I spotted this oval-shaped orb flying erratically through the clouds. Got a clean shot of it with the telephoto. Here's a close-range orb filmed with night vision. The sphere was flying vertically, coming into my backyard. Here's the palm tree in my backyard. You can see just how low this object was. Here we inverted the color to get a closer look. Another night vision capture, fast-flying object. You can see the object expand, then contract. Here's another close-range orb. It fell in a zigzag pattern. I followed the orb upward as it flew by the telephone wires. This is a shot of my Sony with my LRS Scout. This capture was filmed in downtown Los Angeles. The orbs are flying in two different directions. Here's a triple set of UFOs. As we zoom in, you can see the larger orb flying vertically, with the smaller orb hovering in place. This object flies vertically, does a 90-degree turn, stops, then shoots off downward. This is some of the best footage I've shot of intelligent control. Here's two orbs filmed from my balcony. I spotted these in the scope. The lower orb was moving at high speeds upward, while the smaller orb was barely moving. As we zoom in, we can see the plasma structure, with the black halo emanating around the object. Here's our last shot. This is one of the closest shots of an orb flying by a telephone wire in my neighborhood. The object was only visible through the scope on my camera. Below the orb, we can see a smaller light flashing. As we zoom in and add a filter, it's a large spherical structure with an energy field emanating around the object. Here we motion track and stabilize the clip, added some contrast. The orb glides across the neighborhood, slowly and confident in its position. Invisible to our eyes, its presence remains a mystery in our skies. Infrared UFOs exist in a spectrum just outside of visible light. It's a hidden world that's all around us. Like the secrets of ancient structures, we appreciate them, but don't yet understand their meaning. Once you see a UFO for yourself, it changes your perspective forever.
We want to thank Jim Martin for sharing his incredible footage to us right here at Third Phase of the Moon. He is sharing his visions to the world, infrared night vision. I look forward to meet Jim Martin in Los Angeles later this year to do an on-site investigation in regards to his incredible captures. Everybody, keep your eyes on the skies. We're not alone. Blake Cousins, we'll see you again next time.
Third Phase of the Moon live, taking your calls from around the world. The new number to call in is 347-934-0378. That's 347-934-0378. Share your UFO story to the world right now, live to Third Phase of the Moon. Blake Cousins here. We're going to be going over 2 videos submitted just within the past 12 hours to Third Phase of the Moon. Right now, you're looking at a video from Kimbra Wilcox from London, Ontario, Canada. She captured 14 lights that were just completely sitting still over her house. And she reached out. We're going to be sharing this photograph. And then later on, just within 5 minutes before we went live on the radio, she submitted the video that we're going to be sharing live on Third Phase Moon. Everybody stay tuned and tune into Third Phase Moon on YouTube to take a look at these exclusive videos and photographs. We're going to also be sharing a video from a person that wants to remain anonymous. And he submitted this photograph that you're looking at of the face. It's a face in the clouds, obviously. It's not no pareidolia effect. I think it's HARP imagery, holographic projection, Project Blue Beam in action. Hey, I'm not exactly sure, but it's not natural. It's very unnatural what you're seeing here. He submitted this video of a diamond-shaped craft. He said he captured this over Miami. We're going to be rolling this video, as well as some other videos that have been coming into Third Phase Moon this past week. While we go to callers from around the world, we're going to be taking calls. The switchboard is building up. Third Phase of Moon extended radio show right now. Thanks for joining us. Let's go to Dr. J. Andy Elias. I know he just viewed this video that pretty much took the world by storm over there in Illinois and then Indianapolis. It's Illinois and then Indianapolis of something that's straight out of something straight out of
Hollywood.
It's a Hollywood kind of thing. But no, this is real. We have a second source that captured this video, Chris Mercer, and the major media is trying to shut this thing down, and we had to go back and go over some of our videos and rearrange it to make things right, and it was shut down. But we did our fight and we got it back. Dr. J, hey, thanks for joining us.
Always, thanks for having me on, and I'm actually really glad. When you were describing it, you said unnatural, because as I was watching it for myself, first let me back up for a second. I want to talk about the media blackout. You're absolutely right, Blake. They are cutting things out. As you noticed, remember the other day I called you with breaking news that for the first time, mainstream news actually wrote that they caught the ISS feed being shut down. And so all of a sudden that happened. Usually it's Third Phase of the Moon that catches it, but this one really caught my eye. Because the reason I said it looks like Hollywood, this is something you would see in a Hollywood effect. Yet this is in the freaking skies. Now, the problem is, you said you're right. You're absolutely right when you said this is unnatural. It is absolutely artificial. I don't think it could be anything along the lines of seeing in the clouds and making images, because clearly you have a giant a face in one of them, then you have the other one with that giant beam going down, and then another one which seems to show, I don't know if it's like popping. The point being is the word not natural or not normal is what I wanted to say, because they could be natural. That's the thing. They could be natural.
We got 4 new videos just in this week to third phase of the moon. We're going to get to it right now.
Look, now it's just steel.
Clarissa states that she was skeptical of the video that she shot herself, but after going over it more and more, she realized she captured something over the 288 and off the Beltway 8 over Houston, Texas. Take a look.
It's right there. I'm trying to get to it. It's like over there. It is. It's huge though. It's really, really big.
Now, a year later, for the first time shared on Third Phase of the Moon and YouTube, Clarissa uploads this video, 24th, 2015 of June. We got Brent Cousins standing by to get his opinion on what was captured over Houston, Texas. In my opinion, it's not a drone. It's not an airplane. It's not a blimp. It's a UFO. Not exactly sure what it is. We're letting people decide right now. Share your comments below. Brent, is this a drone, in your opinion? Some people state it is.
Definitely a good question, Blake. What's happening right now was this media blackout this whole week, and it's been a fight, and I'm glad to be back right here at Third Phase Moon with everybody's submissions, and we got 4, just like Blake said. Could this be a drone? It's too large to be a drone. Could it be a blimp? It's square. Blimps aren't square. It's something unusual. A kite? A box kite? I don't think so. Again, people need to wake up. Houston has something over their skies right now, and hopefully more footage comes in from this.
Absolutely, the worldwide phenomenon is happening right now. We expect more video from Houston to come in. Let's watch the entire video. We'll be right back with the next one from Alberta, Canada. You will be amazed.
Look, now it's just steel. You see what the fuck is that? It was moving. Shit. Where did it go? It's right there. I'm trying to get to it. It's like over there. It is. It's huge though. It's really, really big.
Incredible footage just into Third Phase of the Moon. Let's get to our second one from JD Rock, published November 21st, 2014, but just made the world right now, Third Phase of the Moon, of what looks to be some kind of smoke ring. Filmed south of Edison, Alberta, Canada, is 1 degree Celsius and filmed by a Samsung Galaxy C3 phone. What was captured, Brent, in your opinion? He said it was close to a gas station or some kind of gas plant.
Blake, that's a scary part. If it's close to a gas plant, this isn't normal emissions right here. This is some sort of like New HARP CERN chemtrail sweeping into the heartlands of people's homes. This isn't right. Neighbors are seeing this. They're seeing this smoke ring in their sky over their homes. Obviously, people have children and families. This isn't right. Rings shouldn't be flowing out of gas plants. This is bad emissions, bad science, something not cool, Blake.
Absolutely. If this was happening in my backyard, I'd be definitely concerned. We'll ask JD Rock to come back to Third Phase of the Moon. We have a question for you right now. Can you give us the name of the power plant, where this ring came from? I want more information because it's not right. JD also submitted this video. He's out there flying his drone. He flew his drone to a high altitude and captured this, a UFO at high speed. Take a look. Before we get to the next submission to Third Phase of the Moon, it is very similar to this object captured by JD Rock over the high skies over there in Alberta, Canada. Is this a similarity going on around the world? Brent, I know we're going to get to this next photograph, but there is a definitely similarity of what JD captured. Brent, your opinion on this drone footage?
It's not the first time drones have captured UFOs over the skies. This anomaly it's not right. It's different. It's not a bird. It's not an insect. It's too large to be an insect. What we're looking at is interesting. And what we're going to find interesting even more is this next photo from Machu Picchu. Let's take a look, Blake.
Absolutely, Brent. Machu Picchu, definite hotspot. Videos submitted this month, multiple. Now, this photograph from Walter Ramirez. He was just last month Walter Ramirez was just last month in Machu Picchu. His cousin took a picture of his girlfriend with the view of the ruins. Take a look at this metallic object. It looks very similar to what JD captured with his drone. Quite amazing. The ruins of Machu Picchu is definitely a sacred spot known to have communication with the gods, the star family, UFOs. What is the collaboration? I know this month multiple videos have been submitted. Brent, your thoughts right here. Breaking news. Machu Picchu.
Built in the 15th century, later abandoned for reasons unknown, renowned for its sophisticated dry stone walls that fuse to huge blocks with use of mortar. It's an intriguing place, to say the least. Again, spheric metallic craft that's being captured here at Machu Picchu and around the world.
Definitely, Brent, Machu Picchu, the big mystery. Hopefully it'll be resolved one of these days. I think right now the world is watching. A hot spot in Peru. Let's get to our next video. Steve Contreras. A real UFO sighting in Paris, California, as he states. Take a look at this video.
What are they?
You know, Blake, it's kind of weird and convincing. Most of our sightings that were submitted this week have a relation to this video over California. Orbs are seen all over Los Angeles and around the world, as I've been saying. It's a great capture. I'm not sure what to make of it. Chinese lanterns, drones, or extraterrestrial. We're not sure, but I hope everybody out there has their comments and make their opinion. That's what Third Phase Moon's all about. And it's been a good week. There's been things shut down, something that wasn't meant to be shut down. But now we got power, as we always have, the people just like you who submit videos from around the world.
Third Phase Moon, Blake Cousins, Quintero, Salvador, and Jose from Brownsville, Texas in the east. The border separating Mexico and the United States. Share a video of what they caught. Take a look at this. A UFO drone. They captured it with their HD cameras. This is quite incredible. They've been looking out for UFOs due to the massive activity in the area. Just into Third Phase Moon, Mr. Salvador and Jose's footage was captured June 29, 2015, approximately 2:34 p.m. Eastern Time, also captured by his friend just yards away from Salvador, Jose. They heard no noise, but felt some kind of invisible vibration. What's going on in this video is incredibly clear. I mean clear, crystal clear. They couldn't explain what it was. The size was about the size of an SUV, 20 to 30 feet, approximately 300 to 500 feet above them, as they explain. We're going to be sharing the raw footage in the next video, best of June 2015, coming up in 12 hours. But we wanted to bring in right now breaking news. Dr. J and Elias to get his opinion of what's going down in this video. Is this a drone, a UFO? What's going on? Dr. J, thanks for joining us right here.
Always, Blake, always.
Here's a video, Dr. J.
Ooh, I like it. Holy shit. Now that doesn't look like a hoax. I gotta get this to Jaime. When are you uploading this? Tomorrow?
Absolutely. We're putting it up right now after we get off, putting this live to Third Phase Moon. You can say it's a hoax right away, but when you zoom in, that's what we're doing. We analyze this video. We're not seeing any kind of manipulation of a hoax. It's not a balloon.
Yes.
Check out this crystal clear footage right here. And the gleaming, there's just too much going on to be an artifact of an effect. I think what you're seeing is what's really up there, but that's my opinion.
Whatever it is, it's insane. That's what I gotta say.
Let's get a closer look and zoom things up. It's not no quad chopper, if you ask me, a drone. I know it's kind of shocking seeing this for the first time, but look how high it is up in the air right there.
Yeah, I'm blown away.
We added some brightness contrast right here. To the right, upper left is the original video, and then below is the exact same thing, brightness contrast. Again, to the right, brightness contrast, bottom left, the original.
Which one is Jose? Which one's Quintero?
Exactly. That's a good question. Well, it's coming in rapid fire.
Okay.
I would say this is Quintero's footage. Quintero managed to capture the best of the best, and Jose captured maybe about 30 seconds of good stuff. But there's going to be footage coming up where you see it taking off here.
Really? Holy shit.
Take a look at this.
Okay, tell me when you want to let me speak on it, because I got some really good stuff to say.
Well, go ahead, man. It's live right now, John.
Blake, this is awesomely fantastic. Now, we cannot always jump the gun. This is exactly what Third Phase of Moon is for. You, the viewer, right now, who are watching this Third Phase of Moon at home, you are making disclosure happen. Get the word out. If you are an investigator, if you have camera equipment, or you know how to dissect video, please, we invite you to do this. We need people out there to step forward and do this. Now, there was a video back in November, which I thought was amazing, sent to my good friend Jaime Masson, and he had his big budget team realize or conclude that it was a hoax. It was a guy that came from Colorado claiming it, if you recall, that disc, and it was a speaker. This has amazingly different, different quality to it. First of all,
look at the
detail. The detail. You just
exactly
cannot
right.
Blown away.
Look at the retractable legs, if that's what you'd call it. Landing gear retracting up and down. You got reflection left and right, refraction. You got something that the pixelation, you just don't see a hoax as good as
and then it looks like it's
hoax,
almost.
I don't think so. Salvador and Jose just seem like legit kind of guys, if you ask me.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I like about it. The fact that two separate people caught it, two different videos of the same object, and then it's zoomed in from a distance. It gets pixelated when it gets closer, but then it looks like it's got like glass on top. And as you said, it retracts. Now, the 3 is important. I'll tell you why. So many people talk about 3 legs. For instance, astronaut Gordon Cooper witnessed a landing and recorded it on film at Edwards Air Force Base, I believe in the 50s. He said a flying saucer came down and landed, put out 3 legs and landed, and just stayed there for a bit and then took off. He developed the film and looked at it, and then it was going up the chain of command, put in a briefcase, chain to an officer's wrist, and sent off. Then you have the Socorro, New Mexico, Lonnie Zamora. What did he see? An egg-shaped craft with 3 legs. And then, of course, Rendlesham, to this day, there exists, because in case people say they were lunatics and nothing landed, they actually took impressions from the ground of 3 legs, and they were exactly 3.3 meters apart, or something like that, evenly. So there's obviously something to it, and that's very efficient if you think about it, Blake. Think about a tripod. Think about a circular object, think about a round object, think about a triangular object. What's the best way to park it? Put it on 3 legs. This is super, super fantastic. I like the way it's rotating, and then the way it stops, the way this is awesome. Awesome. I really got to say, hands down, awesome. I would love someone out there seeing this to step forward and investigate this further. That's what this third phase of moon's about. That's what disclosure is about.
Absolutely, Dr. J. With the Quinteto, Salvador, and Jose and their footage, we invite everybody to take a look at it, because you see the refractions of light, whatever is going on underneath it. It's unexplainable. You don't see any kind of rotating blades. It's not a drone. It's not a balloon. This is about as crystal clear, in your face, a flying saucer as it gets. Some people say that the HD era is here, and I believe HD has just finally captured something that's unexplainable.
Yes, and let me say another thing. You see the fact that it sort of wobbles from one direction to the other, meaning that the bottom is not always flat and it's sort of curved? Well, it's not wobbling at a really high rate of speed, but the reason it wobbles, according to Bob Lazar, is these craft are not meant for low speed travel on a place full of gravity. Earth has gravity, it sucks you down. We have the down effect. But if these things travel by manipulating gravity, and they have 3 gravity amplifiers, which those 3 retractable things that you pointed out, those could be the cylinders that Bob Lazar, that is like a 2-foot long pipe, I don't know what diameter, or 3-foot long pipe with a foot diameter. I don't recall. People have to look that up. It's just pipes hanging, and they could be swiveled in independent directions. And he says that craft, when they're caught here on Earth on low speed, are really wobbly because of the fact that we have gravity on Earth, and then you have something else manipulating gravity. So what they would do is they would use one gravity generator to, say, stay off the ground, another one to point in the direction they need to go, and then another one to do whatever else is needed. But I just think this has so many features that have a ring of truth to it. Like, for instance, right now, the pixelation. You didn't see that in the November video when it was zoomed in. This guy is genuinely looking at something from far away. Again, from my impression, I would love a researcher to step forward. But this is super fantastic footage, Blake. I really got to say.
Absolutely, in your face HD quality. I think it's some of the clearest footage since Ed has shared video to us over the past few years. But I know there's a lot more out there around the world. Everybody, keep your eyes on the skies. Submit your videos to Third Phase of Moon. Share in disclosure, like Dr. J. Andy Elias says. Dr. J. Any last words on your on what you've just seen over the past 8 minutes?
Again, this is one of the most fantastic videos. It's got the quality of the HD quality. It's got the detail of the craft. There's things underneath it. There's so many devices on it that I would love to have explained, but are similar to what other people say. And then, of course, the 3 swivels. So this is, I'm blown away. I'm actually sort of speechless. The only things I could do rest other than is plug in info on the show. But as far as this footage, This people out there, you guys are really doing an amazing job watching third phase of moon, keeping your eyes out in the sky for cameras for UFOs, and filming them and submitting them to third phase of moon, because again, it's just super fantastic. I would love for people to step forward that can investigate everything from the video quality itself to the video itself, to maybe determine if it was in the shot, and then if it is, to find out what it is. But this is truly astonishing video caught by two independent witnesses and two videos, two videos of two set of the same object yards apart, as you said. That is fantastic, to say the least. Super fantastic.
I'm glad we got to share it with Dr. J and the world right now. It's about 10:35 p.m. Hawaii time. We're going to be sharing the best videos of June 2015. We're going to be adding the raw video to this, as well as other videos submitted for the past month. Everybody's going to be blown away. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 12 hours. Dr. J, hey, thanks for joining us right here.
Always, it's a pleasure, and especially I gotta say, as we talked about on Third Phase of Moon Radio on Friday, now's the time. Things are happening. I have never in my ufologist career, and since I've been paying attention to this stuff intently, really intently and obsessively since 1984, have seen so much activity been happening in the last few years, increasing in the last few months, and the last 3 weeks is just blowing me away. The amount of stories you read from around the world, the amount of videos I've been seeing. What is happening? What are we next to? That is what I'd like to know. Again, everybody watching this, disclosure is in your hand. Share this video. Talk about it. Share all the videos. Listen to my show. Call in. Go to drjradiolive.com, drjradiolive.com. See upcoming thing. Disclosure is in your hands, and it starts with things such as submitting this video and sharing it and talking about it. This is Dr. J. Back to you, Blake.
Absolutely. The media and the world and the internet is wide open. It's about the people that believe that we're not alone. Everybody, keep your eyes on the skies. Take a look at Quinteto, Salvador, and Jose's videos right here. Share it to the world. Analyze it. What's going on? We're not exactly sure, but it's something incredible. Blake Cousins. We'll see everybody again next time.